Well, this model kit review is of the 1984 GMC pickup, and it's a 1/25th scale model by MPC, and it's got the title here, Deserter, I guess for the desert, and shows you some of the details here, at least the options. So we've got the tires and wheels, roll bar with the floodlights, and then the winch and the bull bar for the front. Also it shows you the engine there that you have in there with the suspension, and over here we have our parts listings. Let's have a look inside. I've got a number of parts here to look at. So let's start off here with our main body. So first of all, here we've got our main body, and here's the truck bed with some nice detail there. And here is our cab, and this is all sitting on top of our chassis. Got some details here molded in windshield wipers, and here is our chassis with our spare tire, and there's some details. There's our fuel tank. Okay. Next, these sprues here. Got quite a lot of pieces here. So there is our cockpit with pedals molded in and door panels molded in. There's our bull bar, and looks like maybe some engine part. That's probably, actually that's our winch. Never mind, that's the winch, and probably our floodlights. And here is our roll bar. Here we've got our hood, fairly nicely molded, with our seats. We do have some flashing here. These are obviously older molds. And we've got our firewall here. Looks like our radiator with the fan shroud, and that's probably part of our engine bay. Here is our dashboard, and instrument panel molded in with a steering wheel there. Looks like we have another steering wheel here, and they look like they are exactly the same. And then here is our central console. Got this is our drive shaft here. Maybe part of our gearbox, maybe. Not sure what that's for. Here's our mufflers and exhaust systems, and some more engine parts. Here's some suspension rods here, probably part of our bull bar there. Okay, these next ones here, looks like I'm seeing some engine parts. Let's look at that. So there's the engine, our block with, that's our drive shaft comes out here, and that's our gearbox. Here the headers, some engine parts here, and there's our fan. That's the brake booster there. And more engine parts here for the heads, and pulleys, more exhaust parts there. There's our oil pan. Over here we have suspension parts. These are the old suspension parts. It's a little odd the way that's molded. That's actually very odd the way it's molded. We'll have to see if that's a mistake or not. And here is our rear axle, and some suspension parts there. Here we have part of our, I don't know what that's for actually, probably the back of the cabin, and more suspension parts. Here are our wheels and hubs. Next we have our tires, and these are actually fairly nicely molded, and this is desert something on there, but they're actually nice and soft and flexible, not like the usual hard vinyl ones. Desert Dog is what it says. Actually here we've got our glass and brake lights. Here's our chrome. And I'm not really a fan of this chrome, because when you cut it off there you get a part that's exposed. I guess you can always paint that, so I usually just remove the chrome and repaint it. Here's our front grille, rear bumper, front bumper. We've got some engine parts here, lights and mirrors. Okay, let's have a look at our instructions and decals. So we do have some decals here. And some nice decals, very nicely printed. Okay, so we start off with our wheels, and then build the engine block, the transmission, all those other parts there. And next we get to our is the top of the engine block, all the exhaust pipes, then our suspension, rear axle is all built in, and muffler, exhaust, and so on. Then we mount the engine, and actually I guess that's the 4x4 linkage there. We start to build our cabin and put the glass in, mount it in the truck that way. Now we're building looks like parts of our engine bay, and now we mount some the body on the chassis as well as the truck bed. There's our little step. You put the front of the car on there. Those are the colors needed there. Our rear goes on there. That's the back of the, I guess that's not the back of the cabin, that's actually the back of the truck bed. And then our lights and roll bar. Also got, I guess it's going to go back on the back of the truck bed there. And then you can put all these extra decals on if you want to. And colors again to remind you. And that's about it. So, even though it's an old model kit, a fair amount of detail, and that's a fun build.